Hello everyone, welcome to the Bentonian Vale in Stonehearth, and autumn is about to arrive. You can see the trees already changing color, which is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful things on the year when the colors are changing in the forest. Then later it becomes cold and brown and dark in the forest, and that is not as good, but I love the change of coloration, you know, getting the yellow, getting the red colors and everything like that, so beautiful. So, we are growing a few trees here, and I want to stunt their growth. I don't want them to grow any further than this. I don't want them to become this big, because I want to have like an variation in size in the town with our trees. So we're gonna stunt the trees here, gonna stunt the growth, which means they will not be growing any bigger than this. These trees, like I said in the previous one, they do have like a bug with them. I could stunt them now. It's a bug that will be fixed in the next Ace update, so do not worry. But I'm gonna try to stunt them now again and see if that works. But the size that I want them to be, it's not possible to stunt. It will skip it and keep growing anyway for some reason. But we will see. We might, if we really want to have them, we might be teleporting in some trees that we find outside in the wilderness and maybe use those instead. Or we can, for example, you can use some apple trees and put them over there. They might look pretty beautiful. I do love the combination here with the red apples and our nut trees, and everything is coming together like that. Perhaps we want to change our patrol zones, by the way. Our troops is kind of patrolling at a weird little spot here. Not really that much things going on outside here. So I'm gonna change that, and that's something you can do. So if I select my group, then we can go into manage party, and inside of here we can see my patrol banners, and I probably put some of them a long time ago, but I'm gonna remove all of those. So there it goes away, and now we can set up the way we want our people to be patrolling. And I think we mostly will need to patrol right outside over here. Maybe they can sometimes, you know, go for the bridge here, back and forth a little bit. And maybe over here. Like back and forth over there. And maybe to the back here as well. Then we will have it to be kind of protective over here, but also having them patrol around here gives a little bit more life to our town. So that's pretty neat. So our little fishing boat here is almost complete. It looks like a razorback is stuck over here. So we hopefully gonna be able to get her down. I'm not sure. Okay, she's going down now. Was that the last piece? Oh, I think it was. Some underwater celebration. Awesome. We got our floating little boat over there. Beautiful, beautiful. So, then maybe we should look into our little harbor area here for a bit. And I'm kind of leaning towards perhaps, should we build the buildings first, or should we build the dock first? I do feel like I have to do a few things that might look weird if we don't do them. So I want to cover here. We're gonna use some stone. Make it go down like that. It's gonna look odd if we don't do that. So therefore I want to do it. This place, we don't actually need to cover it. But I still feel like I want to do it because it feels like it should be covered, right? So we're just gonna go like that. And from this side, I'm hoping to be able to go down. Select over here, because that's a way we can do in the signing. And let's see where we went. So we just drag here, and we can drag this over. Really useful. I like to design in that way. To use the arrows to move things like that. So there we go. And yes, for some beautification, we might throw in a little bit of colors. I don't think I'm gonna care too much what's going on under here, because it's not really gonna be seen anytime really. So we leave it like that, then we're gonna cover it up, and we don't have to fill the entire thing. We could do so if you want to. Hopefully no Hearthling is gonna get stuck in there either. And I just got an idea. Could be fun. I thought about if I could have like a door here, where you would maybe go under the floor here, but it would be probably a little bit too cramped, I think. Yeah, so I'm not gonna do that, but we could have like had an opening somewhere here where you went down under. I mean, I guess we kinda still could do that if we want to, since we do have an dry stone in the game. Dry stone crafted by the geomancer. It will remove the water, get away the fluids, and make it dry. So if we really want to, we could like open up here, or from the inside as well, of course, and we can use this as kind of like a storage on the bottom here. That would be kind of fun to do. Let's maybe experiment with that idea. That could be fun. Doing something a little bit different. So yeah, this should be fine. We can have the door here. This will still be there. We don't want to remove that. Oh, actually, it is fine. We could do that because that's right under the wall. But let's go like that. They only need 3 in height, so this should be totally fine. And we can see it from the inside. But if you really want to, we can go ahead and maybe remove that. So let's actually do that. Remove that, and then we're just gonna drag this up again like we did before, and then we're gonna throw in a beautiful little door. And then we're gonna have a stair to like go down here, so we will have to suck away the water from here and remove that as well. Maybe this is gonna look weird, I don't know. I never made something like this before, so we will see if it's gonna be good or totally bad. We will see. So, the door here, I don't want the stair to be too close to where the door is, so I'm leaning towards going over here. And I think this just creates some interesting things going on around town. And we're gonna go like that. Actually, I'm gonna move the stair, and then I guess drag and move it like that. And we can do the same for this side and remove it. And then we're gonna cover it up in a way like this, I think. Because we don't want water to overflow, or we can just go like that, just like enough that we need. We could go like that. Maybe we can remove it like this, and instead we will be adding like a road tile there. So this could be interesting, I think. And perhaps we want to have like a roof over here, because imagine if it's raining, this is gonna get flooded real quick, right? So we probably want to have a kind of a roof over there. And I think this is a really fun thing with the game, to go to one of your templates and start to redesign them. Take one house and like turn it into a new one. So I think I'm gonna start first with perhaps, potentially, maybe not. We'll see. If I'm gonna keep these or not. I think I'm gonna remove them for now. And these arrows are so useful, like I said. Instead of like going and using a race for racing things, or using the whole tool, you can just go and like, for example, double click the side here. That will select the entire side of faces over here. So I'm gonna select these faces and remove those. And then we're gonna make a roof. So let's gather some wood, and we're gonna make some poles going up here. And maybe something like that. This is gonna have to have a pretty aggressive slope. So let's go ahead and grab the color of our roof over there. And we're gonna experiment and see what we come up with here. So we're gonna go like that. And that could be good enough. I think that's pretty okay. So, to make it more beautiful, we could color this a bit here. And just like we have a main roof, we can add in a little bit of texture, because it just looks a little bit more interesting than just having the same look all over the place. Not just one solid color. They do look a little bit tall though, maybe. But perhaps it will look better if we add in another one of these supporting here somewhere. Maybe here. At the very start, maybe. Maybe not. Or it would have to be like an... let's try to experiment a little bit around this area. That looks a little bit odd. I just feel like it looks a little bit open here. Maybe it's just me, but... Sometimes I like to make them go out a little bit like that. Might work. Yeah, let's maybe... Sometimes I like to use the ladder as a fence. Like take this one, rotate it around, and when you rotate it you can see that it hooks at different positions here if I wanted to have more on the inside and this way more on the outside. So maybe in this case I wanted to have it more facing the building. Because it kind of gives a little more depth compared to if it would be, you know, the other way. Then everything would look a little bit more flat, I guess. Depends what way you want it to be, right? So we're gonna go like that. That looks pretty cool, I think. That might be nice. However, I do want to color a little bit over here. I think that's gonna make it a little bit more beautiful. So that should prevent a little bit of the rain from getting inside. Sometimes they will have to fix it though, of course. And let's go into the inside before we go too much further and look what we want to do. So I might use a floor down here. That could be risky though with the water level changing. I'm thinking that I could like use a road. Drag that over here. Sometimes it's useful to hide your use interface, and I have it on Alt-Z, so that way I can hide use interface, because it's a little bit easier to see things then. Like that, and then we're gonna go ahead and I think we will use an wooden, maybe not, let's use in stone. Just to be maybe a tiny bit more protective if water would get inside for whatever reason. And the fun things, guys, something we could do with this, like we have the wet stones and dry stones. Just for fun for this building, let's actually use the engineer. The engineer has some tools I'm gonna show you guys. And we can incorporate this into our build. So if we go inside of the engineer's crafting here, we have machines and mechanisms. So here we have a water gate. This one can let through fluid. And then we have a water pump which can pump water. And then we have a great water gate as well. So we can actually make pipes and such and move the water between places. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? I remember as it were normal pipes before as well. Or maybe just stack the water pumps next to each other. It's been a while. So what we're gonna do is that we are gonna craft, let's say we craft 4 of those copper water pumps, and then we're gonna craft 4 gates. Creates a small 6-way gate that can be toggled open or closed for controlling fluid flow. It's been a while since I did this, but I remember they had some pipes, but maybe those has been moved to a new section, like in one of the tools perhaps. But they do say here you can stack up pumps to get the water higher and higher. So we could build like a tiny little room where we would be pumping up the water to, right? And then we could get it outside. But maybe we'll play around with that idea like before we incorporate it into this build. But that's a way you can also remove or add water. For example, if you have a farm area and you really want to make it work as good as possible, because your crops do the size of water, you can actually add some water pumps and water gates and get in some water. So that way, when it's flooded, you can remove the water. When it's not flooded, you can add the water to get it to be optimal. And hello ducks. Donald, he's still alive, that's awesome. But I'm gonna look into that. I have made, in the past, I made a dry dock where you can fill with water, and you can also remove the water. But let's look into then to craft those. So we are gonna need copper. Looks like we got some people on the mission there for that. That's good. And what more did we need? Iron gear, we have a lot of those, so we should be fine. We just need a lot of copper. This one take 4 copper bars, this one take 2. And let's see for the pump as well. So it's just released on the upper shaft, so directly above it. Just move that to the top to make sure they get the data one done as fast as they can. We do have 2 blacksmiths, but I do wonder if we do have enough places to melt that copper. Because this one is an enhanced blacksmith furnace. I do know that we should have one at least. Okay, we do have another one in the back here actually. And some of those we might be moving. Let's see, looks like they're missing some flowers. 1 lotus rose. Oh, maybe Vert Green selling some lotus roses. That would be awesome. Lotus rose flowers. I think that might be the one we need. Okay, here we have the seeds. I'm gonna buy all those seeds and we can grow them up. But we may as well buy a few of these, because then we can make more seeds. Actually, you make them with snow poppy. Okay, so we're gonna buy some snow poppy then. Ah, maybe they are made with uprooted thing and not actually the herb. And we can buy some tree seeds if we want to, if we want to decorate with them a little bit. Some silver pines could be fun. Maybe we can buy some snow pine as well. I'm not sure if we're gonna put them all out, but at least we have the option to do so if we decide to do so later. I'm gonna buy some share bushes. Arctic juniper tree. Okay, there we got a few of them. So, these are we are gonna plant in our town so we can uproot them later on, because that's the way the mod works. It feels a little bit odd. I kind of wish they would change that with that mod. I think it's called Gardens of Hearth. I kind of feel like it feels a little bit weird when nothing else in the game works that way, but that's the way it works. So we plant them, and I'm gonna have like the side here of the farm building, and I'm gonna keep planting a few more of those. And when they are fully grown, that's when we are gonna uproot them and craft a little pot thing. Ooh! Autonomous cricket, item carrier. This one has a little bit of moss on him, which make him look even cooler, I think. And in the previous episode we also did progress in the Titanic undertaking, which resulted in us getting the crystalline arbalest, a weapon to strike at evil heart. So we're also gonna prepare for the, I guess you can call it the final battle in the game. So that's something we want to do as well. So we do want to overlook our people and see what kind of protection, what kind of weapon we got. And if we don't have the best, we want to try to get the best. So for example, we have a bronze breastplate. So Jaxia could get a better one. Steel helmet might be the best one. And I think I have never gone up against the Titan, the final boss in the game, in the massive update, so that might be a little bit more challenging than what it used to be. It was kind of challenging before as well, but it might be even more now. So our archers, let's look into them. Bronze crossbow, we can make a better one. Composite bow, okay. So let's look into the blacksmith a bit. So here we have a steel helmet, that might be the best for our footmen. But we can make a steel mail. Let's make like 2 of those for footman or lord, and I think we could maybe also make a better protection, silver plate mail. That should also be useful by the night, so maybe we can use that. So I'm gonna make 2 of those. And archer, one of the crossbow uses, we do have a steel crossbow, 42 damage. That's a lot of damage. Let's make 2 of them, why not? And let's look into a better bow. Okay, that is kind of the best bow we can make for now at least. So I guess we are kind of good with things. That's nice. We need more clay to do those. Maybe we can get some good clay merchants, let's see. Ooh, More lampposts, yes please. I don't think I could craft those. I definitely want to buy some of those. I'm gonna trade some composers for that. Oh yeah, we have to put in the fireplaces I made into all the buildings. I probably have way too much food, so I'm gonna sell off a lot of food. Oh, there's some cool beds and ornated tatami and sideshoe chair. That's pretty cool. I haven't played the Japanese Kingdom some days soon again. But I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see what other ones got. Some firewood. Let's make a little bit of that. And a mason. A marble farmer statue. I'm gonna buy one of those. Maybe we can have that on the farm. And here we might have a hunk of sandstone. Marble, limestone. So this one, shale clay, I think we could use. They're kind of expensive though. But I'm gonna buy a little bit of those because we don't know if we're gonna get a new merchant that sells what we want anyway. So there we go. Double marble door. I haven't seen the marble doors before. They look pretty cool. Okay, so that's some pretty good stuff. Some better weapons, and let's go inside our buildings and add those fireplaces. That should make everything a lot cozier, right? And maybe that was the last one. I thought I saw a few more of those. Okay. They aren't sorted next to each other for some reason, so let's put that one there. And how many do we put out? There should be 4 of those at least. Let's look into these ones. The more smoke from the buildings we can get, the kosher it's gonna be. And that's gonna be nice. Maybe add a little flower here. They need to have it beautiful. That make them more happy, right? Happy Hearthlings is a good running town. And I see lost little oinker. Fluff is going around there. Yeah, I was gonna name Fluff. Bacon is the new name of our little piggy. Welcome, Bacon. Here we have a little flower pot we can set to grow something. I'm gonna grow some nightshade and we're not gonna harvest it. We just want it to be there for decoration. So let's see if we have some pumps ready. Okay, we have some ready. And why is it looking like a water gate? Is that a bug perhaps? It's not supposed to look like that, I think. Anyway, let's just add a little ladder and we are gonna... I guess we're just gonna put it there and see what happens. Okay, why is it... It's not supposed to look like that. Okay, I think I might know why then. So, enable flow, and here we can extend the pipe. Extend a water pipe from the item. It can't be moved or undeployed while extended. Oh yeah, look at this guys. Isn't this pretty awesome? I wonder then if, let's say, I would have it like that, right? So I extended it from the original one. It will go up here. If I would take, let's say, another one, maybe this one should be one shorter then. We're just gonna play around with the idea. I'm gonna change this one again. So I'm gonna have this there instead. And then I'm thinking that I'd drop perhaps another one on top of it. And what I'm gonna do then is that I'm gonna... it's maybe not the best place to be testing this, but I was thinking about, you know, moving the water and dig a hole. So let's do it in a different place pretty much. So let's carry over it at a place where you're not about to do anything. I guess we may as well try it with our field over here. So drop it over there. Put a ladder over there. So the first... Oh, it became the same height as before. So the first thing I want to try is that I'm gonna leave it, let's say, that height. Okay. And then we're gonna turn it on. So nothing is happening. It might be due to my change in water levels, I'm not entirely sure. But I think it should be pumping up water there. But the way I wanted to do this was be to have this, for example, on like that. And then I would go ahead and add another one on top of it. And hoping that it would take the water from there and push it in there, right? It will take the fluids from the placement level to... Oh yeah, that should work then. As I understand it. But I think the water levels here are weird. Because of me messing around with the water a bit. Okay, the second pump is coming over. Okay. And like I said, then I would like to extend it. So we don't really have to have it extend far. We can just go even there. And then we would enable the flow. It looks like it's blue and that means it's enable. And this one is enabled as well. But like I said, I think the reason that it isn't working is because I've been messing around with the water on the level pretty much. But as you can see, when it works, it is pretty cool, right? And what we can do then, for example, would be that we would have one inside of here that we could also push out the water, and I think maybe it would actually allow me to push through objects as well. Which means you can have a building with a full wall, and you can have a pump on one side and push it through the building. I think it actually does work. And to see if this works, I'm just gonna create some new water, and hopefully the game is not gonna die on me. Hopefully not. So I think I do have a whetstone around. I'm just gonna go for a small whetstone because it's gonna be filling up real quick. Okay, the whetstone is coming here, so now it's gonna be filling water. It should be at least. Ah, is the water totally bugged with my town overall or something? Let's see, what if I dropped over here then? It shouldn't behave this way, I'm not sure what's going on here. It doesn't work either, that's weird. If I take the greater one then, let's flood the plane. I think something got really messed up when I was changing the water level for this one with some code. Ah, this one doesn't work either, that's weird. So, unfortunately I guess for this town it's not gonna work. Well, just to show that it would have worked if the water was working, let's go ahead and click this one. And let's see. Oh, we can't actually extend through things, it seems. That's unfortunate. That would be awesome if we could. And that's something I would totally recommend the Ace team to make it possible to push through things. Because it makes a lot of sense as well, and it would be very useful. Because then you don't have to dig in the ground and make open holes that would be there forever. I think this would be great to be able to push through like that. But we can undeploy all these things, and we're just gonna go and scrap that idea again. But if you do have a town running that you haven't been messing around with the water levels and such, do give it a try if you want to. It can be pretty cool. Like I said, I did a dry dock long ago, and it was possible to fill it and also to remove all of the water from it. But yeah, we will see how we do with this one then. But guys, this will be it for today with Stonehearth, and I'm gonna see if it's possible somehow to fix the water on the level or not. Maybe it's unfixable, I don't know really, but we will see. But guys, thanks for checking out today's episode, I hope you enjoyed. If you feel like we should go up against the final Titan boss pretty soon, do let me know, and we might be doing so with activating the Titan, awaken him. But guys, thanks for watching. Hope you all had a good time, and see you guys next time. Have a good one.